sojuszniczych obowiązków. Byliśmy razem w Iraku, w Afganistanie.
Poland leads by example on a lot of things, including defense spending, building up Polish military readiness. Yesterday in Brussels, we both talked a lot about spending and the need for hard power. Diplomacy is important, talk is important, negotiations are important, but ultimately beans and bullets and tanks and helicopters and hard power still matters.
Hegseth, sir, just recently you've ruled out.
And my message to the Ukraine contact group was, I do not believe, as a part of those negotiations, that U.S. troops will be on the ground. You can say that, and I believe that to be true. I don't believe that's what President Trump has said. That is what he has emphasized, that this is for Europeans to resolve alongside Ukraine and Russia, and that U.S. boots will not be on the ground. Again, negotiations happen. The president has latitude, and what happens in those negotiations is his prerogative because he is the American people's representative on the world stage.
Musi więcej wydawać po to, żeby lepiej chronić swoje terytorium.
Our message has been, and as we discussed, we believe heard loud and clear, that member countries in NATO need to spend more, need to invest more, need to have more skin in the game for their collective defense. That is not just a suggestion from the United States of America, that is a direct request which we will follow up on as a reflection of their desire and commitment to actually defend their own backyard. That's a serious aspect of NATO becoming a serious alliance in the future. As I mentioned, you can have as many flags as you want, but if you don't have hard power, you're not an actual alliance. And unfortunately, our adversaries look at that and they judge accordingly.
Wszystko, żeby być razem, żeby sojusz był coraz silniejszy.
What happens 5 or 10 or 15 years from now is part of a larger discussion that reflects the threat level, America's posture, our needs around the globe, but most significantly, the capability of European countries to step up. And that's why our message is so stark to our European allies. Now is the time to invest, because you can't make an assumption that America's presence will last forever. Well, I appreciate those words, and I agree. First, your second question on a ceasefire. I think the President has stated that that could be part of a good faith aspect at the beginning of negotiations, which the President's goal is to stop the killing, end the violence and the death. Part of doing that could be a ceasefire, and that could be a welcome development.
Ale Europa musi też pokazać swój wkład. I my to bardzo dobrze rozumiemy i z tego się wywiązujemy.
You don't have to trust somebody in order to negotiate with them. But as Ronald Reagan said, if you don't trust, you need to verify. And so there will be a follow-up in ensuring that whatever peace is negotiated is a lasting and enduring peace. We good? Oh, my goodness.
We gather at this conference, of course, to discuss security, and normally we mean threats to our external security. I see many great military leaders gathered here today. But while the Trump administration is very concerned with European security and believes that we can come to a reasonable settlement between Russia and Ukraine, and we also believe that it's important in the coming years for Europe to step up in a big way to provide for its own defense, the threat that I worry the most about vis-a-vis Europe is not Russia, it's not China, it's not any other external actor. And what I worry about is the threat from within, the retreat of Europe from some of its most fundamental values, values shared with the United States of America. So I come here today not just with an observation, but with an offer. And just as the Biden administration seemed desperate to silence people for speaking their minds, so the Trump administration will do precisely the opposite, and I hope that we can work together on that. In Washington, there is a new sheriff in town, and under Donald Trump's leadership, we may disagree with your views, but we will fight to defend your right to offer it in the public square, agree or disagree. This is a security conference, and I'm sure you all came here prepared to talk about how exactly you intend to increase defense spending over the next few years in line with some new target. And that's great, because as President Trump has made abundantly clear, he believes that our European friends must play a bigger role in the future of this continent. We don't think, you hear this term, burden sharing, but we think it's an important part of being in a shared alliance together that the Europeans step up while America focuses on areas of the world that are in great danger.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
You look good. How's it going?
Really?
How you doing?
Yes.
Hang in there. Got a lot of friends here.
Thank you very much for this.
Here's my friend Antonio.
Yes, yes. We met before Yes.
Hi, Gidanas.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Thank you, fine. Working. Happy working.
Yes. It's okay.
The same way. I think I know this.
Me too.
Okay. Usually you go to...
Maybe some other will be online. Yes, but today we know that some of that we didn't receive yet all the answers. Yeah. The same way. Some of that we didn't receive yet.
Wanted very much. Pedro.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite you to the signing of the joint declaration of intent on Ukraine's unity hubs between the Federal Ministry of the Interior and Community of the Federal Republic of Germany. National Unity, His Excellency Mr. Alexei Chernyshov-Schmidt will sign on behalf of the Federal Republic of Germany.
Thank you very much.
Prime Minister Mr. Schmidt to already move towards
Same place. Yeah, same place.
So, shake hands.